And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Keserian, and this is episode 37 of my Let's Play series. Alright, so I'm sorry to say that actually this is, how do I put it? I've done this episode before. Yep, that's right. My mic didn't record the entire episode, and I've already done voiceover hell once in my life. I am never, ever, 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 ever doing that again. It's just painful. So I'm just going to re-record this. Explain to you guys what I did. So let's jump back out to our mining zone over here. Oh, it's nighttime. Joy. How much charge do I have in these things? Plenty. Alright, so if you look at this, this is my demonstration site. This is an IC2 miner. Alright. What it requires is a mining drill. You know how to make those. Some mining pipe. You know how to make those. An OV scanner, which you don't know how to make. So let me show you how to make those. An OV scanner is made, as you can see here, either from an OD scanner or straight off the bat. I chose to go with an OD scanner, but you don't have to. The OD scanner is crafted like so. Not too shabby. Alright. I programmed all this into my ME system. I have 8 of these miners. Now, the way this miner is different is, if you notice, if I jump down here a little bit, it's digging out around itself, right? So you can kind of see here. I didn't do that. This is all the mining head. You can see it's actually, I think, getting that ore over there. So what it does is it kind of seeks out and gets, it gets the ore it wants to. This thing's kind of power starved right now, I believe, because my bat box is out of juice. Yeah, it is. But what I realized was that we're going to have an issue with this, right? You guys can probably already see that coming. Issue? Well, this thing's great and all, but covers a very small area. That scanner only reaches about 9 by 9, and it only, gets what the scanner can cover. Do I want to build this over here or over in the desert? That's a good question. The problem is I don't really have flight yet. I don't really have level flight, hover mode flight. Not hover mode, because that is something. You guys get what I'm trying to say here. Sort of. Maybe. I'm going to need a lot of this. Might as well build it over here. Just clear out a little area, shall we? Yeah, that's good enough. Not really. Let's dig this all out. At some point in the nearby future, I really should just move that portal. So for those of you who know Minecraft, you can probably guess what my solution is going to be to this. Frames. Now, I don't know if I've used frames in this season before. I used them in last season. Okay. Basically, frames are awesome. Yeah, frames are awesome. Frames, as you can see here, allow you to move Minecraft creations. Hey, where did you come from, buddy? Frames allow you to move objects in Minecraft. Now, there are just some rules to how frames work. Okay? So, for example, an object must be touching a frame to move. Alright? That's rule number 1. Oh, you guys are coming out of there, aren't you? I can fix that. Yoink. An object must be touching a frame to be moved by any frame. Okay? That makes sense. They have to be in physical contact, otherwise it would be kind of weird. Right? Right. Secondly, let me get my canvas bag out of here. you could modify frame behavior. So if I get out my diamond handsaw, pick that back up. Okay, so you can cut these down into panels, and you can cut the panels into covers. Okay, a cover will prevent an item from being moved. So for example, this block will be moved. See, it's touching the frame. That block would not be moved. Now what would happen if I put a block here that would be moved, and I tried to move the frame this way? It would jam. It wouldn't be able to move. Okay. This block would prevent it from moving because it wasn't going to be pulled by this part of the machine here. Makes sense, right? Right. Now as part of this, you kind of want to make sure that your frame machine, that all of its exposed bottom sides are in fact covered. And I'm just digging out a little well here for me to work in, because this is going to be a pretty large frame machine. Now, this isn't as important to cover up as, say, a frame quarry, because remember, the head of the quarry isn't going to be touching the ground. Right, right. I think we're going to go for a sweeping pattern. My original design had been a block, but I think we're going to go for a sweeping pattern here. Just pick up some of this mess over here. Okay. So, frames. Let me just do that. So what we're going to do with our miner, boing. Okay. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3. We're going to put one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next one. That's a pretty wide dispersion right there. We're going to have a very long frame machine. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this block off underneath, right? Because we don't want to mine through our own systems here. Okay. Alright. Then we're going to need some chests. Thankfully, we have some oak wood on us. Because we're actually going to use double chests for this. And there's a reason I'm using double chests, okay? Now, as you saw, these things will output their final results from mining into a separate chest, right? Right. But they will also draw resources from those chests, okay? So we're going to drop these down here. So, for example, if I only put one mining pipe in there, I can't because it's an ender chest. Oh, too bad. Too bad. Not that on there. And that's seriously energy starved right now. So we have that, and I'm going to need a lot more of these support frames. Because I'm going to have to go out a significant amount more as well. Yep, I am out of support frames now. So this machine, if you can tell, is going to move along the ground. Much higher up, to be honest with you. I kind of built it down low just for trial and testing sake. I may end up, now that I think about it, ripping it out and rebuilding it much higher in the air. Um, Probably easier to do the direwolf style thing and just build it up close to max height. But see, the thing is here, for him, with his frame quarry... Oh, I'm almost starving. With his max height frame quarry, right, he doesn't have to worry about those mining pipes. See, those mining pipes are blocks. We actually spend on them. Whoa! Still freaks me out when it happens. That still freaks me the heck out when that happens. There's a ravine. There we go. One accident with the quantum suit, right? So, as I was saying, I may end up tearing this thing apart and rebuilding it at max height. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is use all the ME patterns I have back in my base to craft myself some more items. Now, there is one little problem, and I'm not certain if this is a bug or a feature in Red Power 2. But the Red Power 2 alloy furnace, if you look up support frame, right? Sticks and brass, it won't use bronze. There's a reason why this is a pain in the butt. There is no way to pull items out of an alloy furnace. None. None, 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 none. You're basically just stuck with it. I want 63 now. Yeah, you have to pull items out of that thing manually. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature, but it's really irritating. So anyways, guys, I'm going to pull some more resources together and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, in other news, I got the alloy furnace to work. It turns out you actually have to connect the import bus to the right side of the machine. Unlike most machines that are eye-sided, where any of these sides on the middle, the sides that face the outside, not the top or bottom, are the output, on the alloy furnace, it's only the right-hand side when you're facing this part of the block. Yeah, go figure, right? Well, now that we've gotten that sorted out, my ME system can now actually craft frames without any issues. Nice. Now we get some marble. I don't need nearly that much. Alright, let's get back to our building, shall we? Yes, now that that's done, that actually makes my life significantly easier. I was about to start going into my test world and experimenting with turtles, and I finally looked it up on one of the wikis and went, oh, that's how that works. Oh, okay. I should really move this portal. You know what, I'm just going to do this now. We're barely coming up here anymore anyways. Let me just remove this, because we'll probably need this stuff for our builds. Okay. And you're set to blue, right? Yes, okay. Oh, well that failed. Sometimes navigating with these things can be a bit tricky. Alright. So here we are. Let me just get over to here. And I'll put this right like this. Blue. Pull lever down. Awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do now, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a diamond handsaw, 16 slabs, 32 panels, and a bunch of covers. What these will do is these will prevent this machine from connecting to anything else. So we're just going to plaster these on the bottom right here. And this is just in case the bottom of this machine actually contacts anything. This way, we aren't going to have any issues with pieces of ground or other bits of the frame machine sticking to this thing. Now, I forgot to show you guys something, which is, so we can see how far down this thing's gone, right? Now I'm just going to yank my diamond drill out of this thing. We're going to come back and take a look at that in a couple minutes, because this is actually a wicked important part of this build. Layer the bottom of this thing with some more bits. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Actually, just to be on the safe side, I don't think the mining pipes will have any issue accidentally connecting to there, but I just want to be safe rather than sorry later on in the day. Oh, and don't worry, guys, we will be connecting those miners. Yeah, you guys have probably noticed that the miners themselves aren't connected to any part of the frame. Don't worry, we'll be fixing that. Alright, so that underside should be covered. Nope, forgot some. Wow. We do really chew through this stuff. Alright, and those panels have a purpose on these things too, which we'll get to in a bit, no doubt. Alright, so let's get these guys on. There we go. Alright, those guys are together. Now let's expand this thing out a little bit more, shall we? And sproing. Let's get out our digger's bag, because we should have some cobblestone in there. Let's just make this a little bit of a safer environment to work in, shall we? This is actually a build I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I've just never quite gotten to it. Actually, I wanted to do it my last season, didn't get to it. Wanted to do a idea video on it, never got to it. So it's been kind of one of those builds. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. All right. Get a piece of cobblestone, get another miner out. Okay. That's good where it is. What I think we're going to do is we're actually going to go off this way. So, has this started pulling itself back up yet? Probably not yet because it doesn't have any power. Ah. Okay, so I think now we're going to go out this way with it. Probably out this way and then back in the other direction as well. So if we get our frames, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get up top on this thing. And let's put this guy there. And we'll go just like this. And yes, this is going to be a very large frame machine. But I've always wanted to build this. Yeah, this is one of those builds I've kind of always wanted to do it, and you know. So resources be darned, we're gonna do this. All right. Well, I guess having a gravity suit would be pretty useful about now. But we'll make this work. because I don't want to go through the trouble making gravitation suit. Okay. Nice and easy. And we also want to go out and around. Okay, there we go. So that's that. Now let's just put down our cobblestones so we can place these things correctly. I'll place you right about here, correct? Yes, okay. So put that there. Break that support frame. Install you. And then we should go out to about here. Okay. Put our cobble down. Put our miner down. Break this support frame. Okay, and then we'll probably go back as well. I'm thinking it wouldn't be a bad idea. So what this should do is, this should tunnel out this entire area below us and remove all of the usable materials from it. Nice, huh? I certainly do like it myself. Alright, let me get back. Oh wait, it's over here now. Not what I wanted. Let's get back over here, and chests are always good to have. Okay. Let's jump back through. Now, if you remember, these items... see? It pulled itself all the way back up. And actually what it did was, it dumped all of the items into this thing. Alright? But they've since disappeared, because of course that's an ender chest. Which is why we won't be using ender chest for this build. So if I go there... and I go there... and I go... boom. Get some more support frames out. Like that. Jump back away a little bit. God. Things. And we'll do this. Okay. So now what we've done is we've basically put some place for these miners to put their stuff. Nice, huh? I think so. Let me just wrench up this one over here, because we're going to have to go back out that way one more layer, which I'll probably end up doing that off. Thank you. Off camera. Boom. Okay, so the other thing we're going to need are some items called pumps, and these are IC2 pumps. So let's go over here. The first thing we're going to need are 9 of these. And let's look up pump. Some empty cells, some tree taps, some mining pipes. Okay. We should have the mining pipes down. Let's go into our other room where we actually have a crafting terminal set up. Should be this thing. Nope. Do I have a crafting terminal? I don't think I do. Okay, that's fine. So let's get our... do we have any cells here? We have a few. Let's get ourselves some tin. My inventory's getting a little cluttered now. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make these miners. Alright. Do I have those machine blocks? You can go away, you can go away, you can go away, you can go away. Most of the stuff I actually do need for my build. That's fine. Okay, so what we'll do, wrong pump, and we need 9 circuits. Begin crafting. And 9 of them. Nice. Okay. So now what we should be able to do, 9 circuits, put our cells in, get our mining pipes. But we need some tree taps. Craft me 9, please. 1, 2. If I go into this thing and I look up the recipe for the pump again, 4 empty cells. Our circuits, our machine blocks, and 2 mining pipes, 1 pump, 2 pump. And let's get ourselves 2 more. Oh, the joys of crafting with a full inventory, right? Let's get ourselves some cells. Tree tap. Mining pipe. Pump. Pump. We get ourselves 3 tree taps. 1, 2, 3. Put the sand back, put the marble back, put the marble back. 2. There we go. Okay, now we should be able to finish the rest of this. 5 circuits. Tree tap. Empty cells. Go on the outside. And let's get ourselves those mining pipes again. Pump. 2. 1, 2, 3. Now what pumps do is they'll actually pull up liquids from right below them and deposit them into cells. But what they'll also do is they'll actually allow the IC2 miners to travel through water and to travel through lava. But you have to place them directly next to them. What they'll also do is they will also draw from nearby chests, a chest directly adjacent to them. That's why we're using a double chest. We're going to use this double chest not only to supply these systems with, not only to collect the output from the miners, but to supply cells and mining pipes for the rest of the system. Make sense? I hope so. Now, here's the thing. How are we going to separate? Well, we could use filters, but filters don't really have a functionality to keep items in them. Not at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to craft something different. And it's kind of an expensive item, and it's going to require electricity. And it's actually the tier 3 version of the sorting machine. So let me see if I have a sorting machine. I have 2 of them. Okay. Makes sense. I think that was what I was using in my network downstairs. And let's look up the manager. 2 doped wafers, a regulator. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be quite a crafting process, isn't it? Well, let's jump downstairs and let's do this with our ME room. Let's sort of do this with our ME room. Let me see if I have any wafers around here. I have some red doped and some blue doped. Okay, that could be worse. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to tell this how to make a silicon boule. Okay. So let me get sand. And some coal. And let me chuck these in there. What I'm going to tell this thing, 8 sand and 8 coal gets us a silicon boule. Oh, come on. And I also forget my blank patterns. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gets us a silicon boule in code. And then this thing goes in here. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get myself some of my diamonds, some iron, and some sticks. And I'm going to tell it, right, this is going to work properly, that, see if I put that there, will it keep its, yeah, it'll remember the damage value. Darn it. At 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, oh, I don't need to tell it anything because it's a vanilla crafting recipe, gets us a diamond handsaw. Chunk that out. Okay. Then I'm going to go down and put this in the machine downstairs. I wish there's a way to automatically put it in. I probably could do it with a piping system, but it would be kind of difficult. So let's just chunk you in here. And then let's put all this stuff away. Let's get a diamond handsaw. Begin, please. And now let's tell our ME system that a diamond handsaw and a silicon boule gets us these. Boom. And next page. Get rid of you. Okay. Whew. A lot of ME system, and I think we're way over my time, but yeah. This system is going to be a multi-parter, don't worry guys. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the episode here, and I'm going to finish encoding all this stuff into the ME system. That way, next time, we have a little bit less stuff to do. I'm probably going to also encode a bunch of those gates and timers and all that stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I know this was a lot of crafting today, but we're getting started on a new project, so that's kind of how it works. So, thank you so much for watching. This has been Mr. Keserian, and if you enjoyed this episode, please like, leave a comment, subscribe, something like that. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, happy mining.